are going live. Oh my gosh. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Dom Chiodo Show movie talk. Yeah, no one's in here. Well, we got one person watching.
Did we check our?
Really excited. We're gonna go ahead and kind of get everything going here and set up real quick.
You have to go back to the channel.
All right, here we go. No, that's not the right thing. But I'm really excited to be back. Gentlemen, before we get into everything, if you want to go ahead and share that link on my Facebook page, and I'll be able to share that around. Well, we got 3 people coming in. Welcome, guys. So, a lot of things have happened over the holiday break, and we got a lot of news to talk about and go over and cover. But first, before we get to do that, I have to finally say we're the official movie talk show on YouTube.
What?
Yes, and we'll get into that. That's one of our topics today. But before we get into our topics, let me introduce the panel for today. Starting to my left is
Derek B. Sheldon.
Oh,
So
do you feel about
your nephew's sexuality?
the ginger? Oh, we'll get into that. I don't know. We got Andy. I'm Dom Chiodo, coming to the table. You've seen him before. He pops in and out. I'm Reagan. He's Reagan. And down next to Reagan, we have Darth Vader.
Yes.
Carter. So something happened over the weekend, guys. I believe it was Thursday, if I remember correctly. So online.
Do tell us.
Well, technically during the week, yeah.
An
online movie news outlet called Collider decided to close its doors on the video, and they put out a statement saying that they're going to be focusing more on celebrity content and deep fake content, which is completely bullshit. And the way they went about it is an hour before shows went on air, they contacted their staff and was like, yeah, don't bother coming in today. We're shutting down the movie news division.
All right.
Now, the show takes a lot of inspiration from that show. So I kind of like to take what they did and mold it into, well, our ideas. But I get a lot of inspiration from them. But now they don't exist. So now it's up to you guys to help this show grow and expand. So I just want to say thank you for the 4 people tuning in so far watching the show. Starting on our first topic of today, we're going into the weekend box office, the top 8, between January 3rd and January 5th of 2020. Gentlemen, who do you think is number 1 at the box office?
It says right there. No. Yeah. I think it's
If you had to choose those of you guys watching at home.
Cats.
Jesus. Cats. Fucking cats. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop it. Oh, man.
It's got Taylor Swift. Can I interject?
And the fat karaoke guy in it.
Oh, James Gordon.
James Gordon. He's really funny, and everyone likes him a lot.
Rebel.
It's got Lucy Wilson.
Yeah.
She's also fat and very funny.
Yes.
Today, so, we don't have any links yet.
What?
So number 1 at the box office is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, coming in at 34.52 million. Following in second place is Jumanji: The Next Level, 26.23 million. Little Women, Andy's favorite movie, 13.61 million. Frozen 2 coming in at 11.85 million. The Grudge comes in at 11.40 million. Spies in Disguise, 10.40 million. Knives Out hangs in there at number 7 at 8.92 million. And Uncut Gems making its debut at the box office with only 757 million. Guys, what are you most surprised about or not surprised about this box office? Carter, we'll start with you.
Knives Out is still in top 10. I mean, I heard it was a good movie, but for a while,
Oh, it's an amazing movie.
You have to see it at least twice.
At least twice.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not surprised at Rise of Skywalker.
No,
Not really, considering how long it's been out, and it's really the biggest movie that's been out this season. So,
Sure.
other than that, I think I really want to see Jumanji, though. I've seen most of the first one. I'm gonna rewatch it and then go see the second one.
Okay.
I'd say it's about as good as the first one.
Okay.
The first one was trash.
What? I liked it.
I didn't enjoy it. Nope.
I just want to see because of Karen's.
Because of who?
Karen.
Doesn't she play Nebula?
Yeah.
But she doesn't look as good as Nebula.
Okay, I have a personal confession about Nebula.
No.
When I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, every time she would scream at someone, I would get aroused, and I don't know why. It was just like it's usually when she's walking around screaming, she's like, rah, 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 and I'm just like, ooh.
What is happening? All right. So I mean, I'm surprised that Little Women is hanging in there around the number 3 mark.
You've got
Yeah.
what is it, Saoirse? Is it Hermione?
Hermione, yeah, Hermione Granger.
There's a lot of talent in there.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine because there's so much masculinity in the first movie or two, the women gotta have something to go see for their scene Little Women.
Look, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I was in Little Women.
Okay.
Not you're thinking sexually. But
I was going to ask, which one did you play?
Lori Lawrence, I played.
Really?
I played Lori Lawrence. I am very proud of my debut as Lori Lawrence in Little Women.
Not Joel.
Joey Lawrence. Yo.
But yeah, so that's our first topic. Nothing really special about the weekend box office. I just do that to see if you guys something like if any of you are fighting over numbers about which movie's number 1. One thing I do have to say, which I think it's absolutely, I think it's ridiculous that Disney is putting out there that Frozen 2 is the number 1 animated movie of the year, or of all time, I should say, which is absolutely, yes, of all time.
What?
That's not true. No. Lion King has made more money than Frozen 2. Lion King
was live action.
It was animated.
It was live action.
Okay, just because they spun it as live action.
No, they actually taught lions to talk and to look like that.
Really?
They did everything
Yeah, that's why it
separately.
took so long
Like they
for it to
did
come
all of the exterior, like the background shots they did in Africa. And then they took lions and they had
put 'em
to
on
teach
creatures,
everyone
yeah.
because if you put them together,
They fight.
They fight.
oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
union. It was a union too, because like you had more than one lion on set. It was like union. We want a union.
We want a union.
Fucking lion. Man.
Jesus.
Like you know the shot where like the opening scene where there's like all the giraffes and they shoot each giraffe separately
Yeah,
and then put them in side by side. So
they were less union, but they would fight.
yeah, they would fight a lot.
Those long necks, dude. They don't like each
And
other.
the zebras.
Yeah, that's what they are. Zebras, not long necks. They're not
Did you
dinosaurs.
say giraffes?
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
switched topics to the zebras.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, as far as top 10 goes, now I looked this up before the year was over, but the top 10 for the year, our the Mouse House was 7 point something out of 10. And I say point something because Spider-Man was up there.
Spider-Man is always number 1.
Well, I mean, it wasn't number 1, but I mean, as far as that year making money,
Sure.
it was 7 point something out of 10 was all Disney.
I mean, when you
Two
own
Warner
every
Brothers.
property,
When
you own
Yeah.
every property.
Everything out there.
Having 7 out of the top 10 spots isn't that crazy.
Yeah.
Did Endgame come out this year? Or was that last year?
Yeah, it
Was
was
that
this year.
2018 or 19?
2019.
I forgot.
Look back in May.
Yeah.
I think it was at the top with
Oh yeah.
however many billions of dollars it made around the world.
So,
And I can't remember if it was domestic or international, so don't quote me on that.
no, don't quote you.
Yeah, don't come up to me on the street and be like, Andy,
Andy said this.
that wasn't domestic, that was international.
Jesus. All right, so now we're going to head into our second topic, technically third topic of today, which is the Golden Globes. Have any of you watched the Golden Globes?
The
I
Golden
never
Globes
watched
happened?
I did.
Yeah. You didn't watch them?
No.
Really?
How about I watch any of those shows? Emmys, the Grammys. Who cares?
Oh, dude, like the SAG Awards is supposed to be like, everybody gets drawn.
At the SAG Awards?
Yeah, everybody's Joaquin Phoenix at the SAG Awards.
Oh my God! Let's talk about that real quick. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he was.
Jesus. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I saw that part. I'm like turning on the very end because
He was intoxicated. Something.
yeah,
He was on something.
At first, he looked like he was mad, and I like that he put his award down. He's like, he Luke Skywalker in that bitch.
Oh yeah, he put his award down. Can you share this to people? You should share it out there, man.
Hey.
Russell asked if we were live, and I said yes.
Oh.
So I did share to Russell.
Tell him, say, yeah, come down,
Russell.
Russell.
One thing that I really enjoyed about the Golden Globes was watching Tom Hanks.
Oh, that was
He's
moving and beautiful.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, you mean not even the speech, just watching him in the
Well, his speech, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever cut the Oscars, like the montage, did a phenomenal job.
Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, sorry. What I said?
Sorry,
Oscars.
you said Oscars.
Golden Globes. Whoever cut the Golden Globes, like the montage for the video, it was really well done.
Didn't see it.
Well, I know you don't. But and Tom Hanks gave a really great speech, and I was on the verge of tears, man.
Yeah, it was moving.
It
He was on the verge of tears.
Really? You didn't think so?
I haven't seen
And if
Charlie,
when
what's that? Charlie Thorne?
Okay, but
Dorsey
Ricky
or
Gervais,
whatever?
it. Yeah,
Charlie's
I'll-
Theron.
I'll
Charlie's
go
Theron,
back and look at some clips.
Yeah.
Ricky
check out
Gervais'
Renee
monologue.
Zellweger. She like legit sounds drunk because normally her twang, 'cause she's from Texas. She's from Texas.
Dude.
Renee Zellweger, the girl that won for Judy.
Yeah.
Normally her twang doesn't come out. She came up there and she sounded like she's from Texas. It was funny. And we were joking. We're like, she's on that Joaquin Phoenix shit right there. And they were the only two to get played off.
Oh, so those of you watching out there, my grandmother just commented on the show, and she said sometime around May or June, I will come to Texas for a couple of days, but I'll be sure to come when you are doing your show live. Then I will see everything there is, the date, and how about that?
Okay.
So thanks, Grandma. Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to have you out. She's the apple of my eye. You're growing delicious.
With apples in your eye?
I don't know. No.
You should get that checked out.
He checked out a Golden Globes.
Yeah. But so that was just, some of my thoughts for the Golden Globes. Next thing I want to talk about.
Dude, how did you even talk about the Golden Globes and not talk about Ricky Gervais?
Ricky Gervais.
Destroying Hollywood.
Oh, man.
He did everything he needed to do.
But it's like he didn't even care. He got up and
He shouldn't. Why do you care? He even
Ricky
said at the
people
beginning,
think
he's like,
people
this is
were
my
the
fifth
best
time doing this. Thank God it's the last time. And I'm going all in.
I'm surprised they asked him back.
Really?
Oh, and if anybody watching knows how to get like the uncut version of Joaquin Phoenix's speech, because I want to hear the unbleeped version like badly.
Jesus. I wonder, dude, the whole time he's up there and he's going, he was on something. Whatever.
Adam Driver really liked that Epstein joke. Have you see that picture?
Oh, yeah.
He's laughing.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. Those of you watching at home, what did you think about the Golden Globes? Go ahead and hit that live chat comment in there about your favorite moment of the Golden Globes. If you even watched it, if not, no harm, no foul. But I'm sure you're probably wondering what our main topic is, and it's in the title. But we'll get to that. But before we get to that, we'll get to our first Star Wars news on this movie talk show. It stresses me out. It stresses me out so let me read what I have here for you. The Hollywood Reporter reported since the release of The Rise of Skywalker.
Hollywood.
The release of the Yeah. Viewers have been divided over their feelings about the film, The Rise of Skywalker. This came to a head Thursday as an anonymous, unverified Reddit post. Let me say this again. An anonymous, unverified Reddit post suggested that the film was subjected to a significant amount of studio meddling, prompted the hashtag release the JJ cut to trend across social media. Anyone that makes a movie, so let me just say this, anybody that makes a movie makes 10 different cuts of that movie. I don't know why I put 5. 10! But they make 10 different cuts of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it has to be cut down from a 6-hour film to a 3-hour film to a 2-hour film. So, of course, things were cut out of the movie. Reagan is over here researching that Reddit post. What do you have to say about it, Reagan?
Well, Corruption of Vetus said the recent release of the JJ cut post is confirmed fake, and that's from the Saltier the Crate subreddit.
There you go. It's fake.
Unverified.
It's
Well, okay,
fake.
hang on.
So some little 12-year-old named Timmy was on Reddit the other night. He had nothing better to do, and his parents told him it's time for bed. So he went on Reddit and he said, you know what? I'm going to be an internet troll. And this is what I'm going to do. And he wrote this little article on Reddit and he put it out there. And Timmy, that's your next door neighbor, 12 years old, stealing your internet connection, puts this up. And then Andy reads it and he shares it to his friend. And he shares it to that friend. And it's blowing up out of proportion. And that's why this cut is out there, and this whole hashtag release the JJ cut, because it's a trend. Because earlier this year, last year, I should say, I keep forgetting we're in 2020, but earlier last year in 2019, there was release the Snyder cut. Zack Snyder, who made the Justice League, had a cut that was destroyed by Warner Brothers, and well, we're not going to talk about that. Joss Whedon came a part of it and destroyed Justice League. But we're not going to get into all of that. But so every movie goes through a cut, at least in one way, shape, or form. Oh my God. Timma. Oh, I didn't even see this. Release the Trank cut.
The Trank cut?
Josh Trank, yes. He's talking about Fantastic Four stick. But also, another thing that gets me frustrated, going through Facebook and seeing, God, we got this covered. News articles, they are fake. They're another news article that they're another site that's reporting this. We got this covered is a fake news content. They're fake. They're giving out news stories.
At the very least, they're unreliable.
Right. They may release a story that's this close to being true.
Yeah.
But it's just somebody like one of us deciding that, you know what, we want to write the story and we're going to put it up there, saying that
Release the Reagan cut.
fake, like I almost read that out loud. But yeah, so
100% real. Thank you.
we got this covered. Don't pay attention to that news article on Facebook. Don't even share it. It's a waste of time. But we'll start with Andy and we'll continue down the table, man. What are your thoughts about this Reddit post as Reagan over here is doing some research?
I'd just like to say no silicone or silicone.
Jesus.
And I didn't really follow that whole JJ cut thing that closely. I saw it, it blipped up on my radar, and I was like, okay, what? And I didn't really pay any attention to it. So, but I mean, it's just somebody who wanted to get attention, I guess. Timmy was like, no, Mom, I don't want to go to bed. I'm going to break the internet if you make me go to bed. And he did it. So,
Reagan, what are your thoughts on what you're researching?
I mean, this guy says it's fake, But how does this guy have any more knowledge than the other guy has?
Exactly. Like you were so.
An unverified source
This
said
guy been
that the first unverified source
Yeah,
is
but like, who knows? This guy may not know, and the other guy might know. Just because,
Didn't somebody
Nobody
read some
knows.
article about like JJ had nothing to say in the movie?
I think
that was something I saw.
Was that verified?
No, I don't know.
JJ, come on, bro. Give me a call.
Look, there is a
Or at least get my twin.
there is a JJ cut, right? Don't get me wrong. There is a JJ cut.
Like an
But
original.
JJ takes this movie and he has to show it to his executives. And Uncle Bob Iger has to review the
Uncle Bob.
and this producer has to review the movie, and that person has to sit and watch the movie. They're going to say that scene works, this scene doesn't. Take that scene and put it over here, and take that scene and move it towards the end. It's all about editing, right? Right. It's if you remember with Josh Trank about Fantastic Four stick. That is a hell of a story to get into, and one day I'm sure we'll talk about the greatest movies being destroyed. What?
What are you saying? Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four stick?
Isn't it Fan Four Stick?
Fan Four stick, yeah.
Yeah.
So it says Fan Four stick in the title. Fan Four stick.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fan Four Stick.
yeah, Fantastic Four movie that came out in like 2013
Okay.
or 14, something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. And Russell says this is not the cut you're looking for.
Right, exactly, Russell. But I just hate fake news.
Yeah.
And it frustrates me. Carter, what's your thoughts on this, man?
My thoughts, well, if it's fake news, it's fake news. I would like whenever they do release of the movie on Blu-ray and DVD, have an extended cut. I'd like them to do special edition cut. Let me preface that.
Yeah, special edition.
Special edition, not like the Lucas special edition. I'd like to have an extended cut, something similar to like Lord of the Rings,
Right.
Their trilogy.
Like a 3-hour cut?
Because
yeah,
didn't
3-hour cut would be really cool.
the Hobbit guy say that there was a lot filmed?
Dominic Monaghan?
Yeah. So like that's
So he said.
that's a fairly official source.
Oh, he's just mad because he got cut out of the movie.
Yeah, he was cut out a lot of stuff.
But
But
I've seen the. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think there probably was a lot cut. Like
I'm sure there is, but I mean, you have so much you need to tell, and you have so
Right.
much you need to wrap up because it's the end of.
and so I think seeing that stuff that was cut would be nice, but it probably
I'm sure we'll see it on the Blu-ray.
I don't like deleted scenes. Have you seen the extended cut of Suicide Squad?
no.
Yeah,
It's
One that was released on Blu-ray.
yeah,
I have it, but I haven't really watched it.
it's trash.
Is it?
Yeah, because
it's
I
not
watched.
that bad.
I watched. What was it? Was it Dawn of Justice or what got the good extended cut on
Green Lantern.
it? No.
I didn't even-
Better.
I didn't even see Green Lantern.
There was something that came out that
Extended
I don't know if it was Snyder or whatever, but there was a director's cut, extended cut. It was either like Dawn of Justice or something that it made the movie better when you watched it. Now I watched
Everyone
that.
said the same thing about
To me,
the Daredevil movie, the original Daredevil.
oh,
Yeah,
really?
the original Daredevil movie, that cut is nice, and you see more of Matt Murdock
Mhm.
and less of Daredevil. I mean, I guess it's okay, but Daredevil's one of my favorite superheroes. And Carter knows.
Yeah.
They butchered that movie big time.
But the reason I watched the extended cut of Suicide Squad, because A, it was DC, and they had that extended cut of Dawn of Justice or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, wow, man, maybe they did that for Suicide Squad. I think it wasn't.
Dawn of Justice was extended cut of Ghostbusters.
That's what we really need, Russell.
God. No, we do not need an extended
Ooh,
cut.
I want to see it.
Of
I want to see it.
Yeah, don't even get me
I
started.
didn't see that movie at all.
Now, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice was a phenomenal movie. The 3-hour cut it's a beautiful movie. The 2 hours and 15-minute movie cut, I think it's 2 hours and some change.
It was good. But
Warner Brothers wanted to make that movie more of a Batman movie.
Wait, there's a subtitle to Batman v Superman?
Yeah, Dawn of Justice.
Did not know that.
Really?
Every time I've ever talked about it, it's
Really?
just Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
I did not know
it's
that
Dawn
there
of
was-
Justice.
Y'all been saying Dawn of Justice, I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about.
dudes,
Warner Brothers wanted to introduce Batman. They wanted their next movie to be around Batman because there wasn't a Batman movie for a couple of years. I think the last one was 2012 or Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, whatever the last Dark Knight was. Probably 2011.
2011, 2012, somewhere
I
in there.
know The Dark Knight came out in 2008, so
Yeah.
probably 2-3 years ago.
So it's well, somewhere in there. So they took the cut of the movie. It was actually more of a Superman movie. And Warner Brothers was like, we want more Batman and we want more Justice League. And they pushed Superman to the side. They made him look like a whiny little brat. But the extended cut is more of a Superman story. It's more Clark doing an investigation. And it's really him coming to terms with how his Superman should be. So I enjoyed the extended cut. Even though it's 3 hours and like 10 minutes, it still feels like it's 2 hours and whatever, because it just, the pacing is a lot better and it runs so much smoother.
I didn't get that from it. I just thought it made the original cut. It didn't make the original cut more cohesive, but I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It just made more sense or something.
Right. I suppose, I guess.
I didn't really realize that it was more Superman in it than the original cut was.
I'm over here yawning. I apologize. I don't know why I'm like, we had dinner before we started. We had a potluck before we did this, or kind of a ghetto potluck.
Talking about food during the podcast is unprofessional, Dom.
My bad. Anyway, but now the food's starting to sit.
I agree with that younger ginger nephew. I'd rather sit through a 3-hour movie and it'd be good than a 2.5-hour movie and it'd feel rushed. Like it's
Younger
30 minutes.
ginger nephew. I agree. Yeah. Who is your younger ginger nephew? Is that Rowan? If you're Rowan, my nephew, if that's you, go ahead and say yes. This is me, your younger ginger nephew, because I think that's who it is. Because he's a ginger. Anyway, so one of the movies that we're going to talk about is our next topic, and it is, what number did I say it was at the box office?
3 1/3.
Number 7 at the box office. If you've been paying attention, you would know what it is. And if
We're not
you
going to tell you the movie. We're just talking about the number 7 at the box office.
Knives Out. Knives
Is
Out.
that true?
That is true. All right. So, ruin the surprise. I'm sorry.
It's
That's not true. That's impossible.
So Ryan Johnson, some of us love him, some of us hate him because he's destroyed Star Wars: The Last Jedi. But if you go back and watch the movie now, you kind of forget it for what it is. At least that's what Reagan says, right?
yeah.
Andy says it too.
I think I'm coming around on it.
Yep. So it's being reported that Ryan Johnson confirmed to the Hollywood Reporter that a sequel had been greenlit by Lionsgate, and also noted he was already working on developing the story for the project. Ryan Johnson also shared that THR, the Knives Out sequel, would focus on, pronounce his name because I always butcher it.
Where is it? Benoit Blanc.
There it is. Which means we'll be treated to an entirely new cast of characters in the next chapter. Knives Out is the second highest grossing original release of 2019 with a domestic total of more than 130 million and a worldwide total of 247.5 million. One thing I find very interesting about this is that it says Knives Out is the second highest grossing original release of 2019. What was the first? Did we miss something?
What?
Did I miss something?
Original release.
Right.
So that means,
Not a remake. Not a reboot.
yeah, not a comic book.
Right.
So would it be Joker then? Right? No.
Mm-mm. Joker is considered a comic book. No Joker.
Because that was the first thing that came to mind for original story was Joker.
It is an original story, but Joker's based off of a comic book character.
He's French or French Canadian. That's why his name.
French.
Blanc means white, I believe. That's why it's Benoit Blanc.
I don't know. Carter, were you able to pull anything up?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
What's the wording on it?
Knives Out.
Highest grossing original.
Highest grossing original release of 2019. I find that very interesting that it's the second highest grossing. I'm not too sure what the original grossing show would be or movie. What do you think? Are you able to? Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I don't know. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It might
Like
be us.
Quentin Tarantino.
It might be us.
I
Oh
think
no. Well, this says top 10 original movies by domestic.
right here.
gross.
This one right here,
It's
right
got-
down in the bottom.
It's got
Right
us at
there.
175 million.
Right in the middle.
Was us this year, 2019?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think
Once Upon a Time was 140, and it says Knives Out 67. So there, no, Ford versus Ferrari was 93.
that's not an original story though. It's based on a true story.
Oh, okay. Well, this says original. So I don't know.
So I'm gonna have to say what Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
In Hobbit.
In Hobbit.
In Hobbit Town. Once Upon a Time.
Another original story that I feel like was kind of looked over this year was the it's called Hide and Seek. What was it called? The one with the girl where she's hiding in the house.
Ready or
That's
Not?
really good.
Ready or
Yeah,
Not.
I love that movie.
I thought,
Ready or
believe it or not, so
That was on my list that you decided not to put in our show today.
That I forgot that movie even came out. It was really good.
that was a phenomenal movie actually. Why are there two copies of Joker on the table?
Yeah, no.
Because he couldn't wait to buy one, and then Carter bought a better one.
So we're gonna take a poll. Which, if you look down at the bottom real quick, which Joker cover do you like better? Do you like Joker with his arms out, or do you like the face of his Joker? Comment below, let us know. Whoever guesses the correct one gets a copy of the movie on Carter's. On his back.
You can actually comment to the side.
We might as well just give yours away because you know you're gonna buy the new one.
Comment to the side.
Comment to the side. One copy is Carter's, one's copy.
You know what's cool though?
What?
I have this one, and I'm supposed to. I might let you. I'm just
That's
flexing.
all.
Yes,
Just
I'm just flexing, just so you know.
But,
it's that picture, but like, imagine like 6 foot tall.
Jesus.
Like Joker's as tall as I am, and then he's just standing in my living room dancing.
Neither the Incredibles.
Bedroom.
Then I get scared.
But
You give me nightmares.
yeah. So if you've never seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, definitely check out that movie.
It's stupid.
It's beautiful. It's
Very
Quentin Tarantino. It's Tarantino. Bro.
Oh, you didn't like it?
What?
You didn't like it?
What?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
What's that?
Oh wait.
What did you say?
Go
this
back.
film-
Go back. We're talking about
What did you say?
Ready
this-
or Not. True story about Ready or Not. The girl in that movie, I thought that was Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
and-
Margot Robbie.
When I first saw the trailer,
I was like, wow, she
on my
was
phone,
sweet.
I was like, she's doing this movie and Birds of Prey?
Yeah.
But that-
There was another movie. I was like, that's Margot Robbie. And it wasn't. Or maybe it was.
I don't know.
She's a
That's not
Margot
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe.
yes.
But Carter, what do you think about Knives Out sequel?
I see the first.
You still haven't seen the first one?
Not since the last time the Kansas City saw it during the show.
What are you doing, Carter?
I'm gonna let it
Samara Weaving is her name.
Samara.
Samara.
I'm gonna say
Weaving.
Samara. I don't know if it's Samara or not.
She's in Ready or Not.
It does look like
Margot Robbie because of and her.
Smaller version of it.
A what?
Smaller, sort of skinnier. Smaller.
Right, that's what I was saying. When I saw the movie, I was like, wow, she's so skinny. But I don't know. Look, we love everybody's weight size. It's not that type of show.
What?
wasn't talking to you.
As we point to Andy, as someone
What?
says.
What?
What?
How do we do that?
I don't know. Anyway, as we keep going.
Oh, I called it, by the way. The sequel with Bale Blanc. Thank you.
You did.
Yeah, she does.
I think Knives Out is playing, Carter. If you want to go watch it tonight, we can after the show. If you want to go watch the movie tonight, we can go watch it.
If I had time, I would.
That's right. You're a dad.
Have you seen it?
You're a dad.
Knives Out? You haven't seen Knives
You
Out?
haven't seen Knives Out? Knives Out is pretty good. If you've seen Knives Out, comment in the comment section and let us know what you think. I was going to say comment below and let us know, but according to some people, it's
over there.
It's over there. Comment up there.
Just see your ginger nephew.
Very good. It is a movie. Roman Gimbert. There it is. Roman. That is my nephew. Also Roman.
Well, the ginger nephew says neither. I guess on the he's got a picture now. On the
I might want to make a comment on my cousin's got 2 movies coming out.
Really?
Yeah. He wrote the screenplay for Without Remorse with Michael
Rucker?
Michael Jordan, D. Jordan.
yeah.
It's a Tom Clancy story.
Okay.
He wrote really.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan is coming out in September. And then he's got another one with Angelina Jolie. For Those Who Wish Me Dead. It's another screenplay based on a novel.
Really?
So it's like a thriller western kind of movie. It comes out in October.
Cool. Huh. Do we get free tickets to go see it?
I wish.
Oh man. Somebody asked me to.
Has he tried to because which movie he was most involved with?
He wrote
Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah.
The 2 Sicario movies.
Yeah. Did he ever try to be let's have the premiere in Waco?
They had the premiere down at the Elma Draft House.
Oh yeah. Cool.
I'd like to give a quick little shout out that tomorrow is Russell's birthday.
Could have been here though.
If you were here,
Why
we
did
would
you
have
do
done.
that? He should be here to say it's my birthday tomorrow.
We would have celebrated. But
I would have spanked you.
what?
What? That's what you do on the birthday. You spank the birthday person, right? However many times, and then one for good measure.
You make me uncomfortable.
I think maybe I need a new family.
Batman started filming in other news.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
There we go. Thank you.
The patents is good.
So
Release this sparkly thing.
there's been some photos online that have leaked of Robert Pattinson on a motorcycle. They've also released. Thank you for pulling this up because I was wondering where I was at. I jumped around. Thank you. Pictures of Robert Pattinson.
Motorcycle? Not the bat cycle. It's just like
It's just a regular motorcycle with him. He's got a helmet on. Also, there's some photos that were released of Colin.
Does he have a sidecar?
Yeah.
Robin is what the bat bite down the sidecar for Robin. Is that in any comics? No, it is.
There are pictures of.
I had one of those on my car.
There are pictures of Colin. What's his
Colin Farrell.
Colin
Yeah,
Farrell as the Penguin.
Yeah, he's confirmed.
Why didn't
From
you
this
pick up any of those? Because I wanted to see those.
I sent him a
I
text
mean,
message.
did you? You did not.
Also, they're developing and they're building up a what was it?
What do you think?
Dun dun.
They're building a church, almost not a church, but
Oh, like a cathedral?
a cathedral. Yeah. I hope we don't see Martha Wayne and Thomas Wayne being gunned down in an alley. I hope that the cathedral is built for a mob person being killed. And if you've read The Long Halloween and The Dark Victory, which these movies are based after, this new trilogy is based after, that would.
Well, there's the cathedral in the Arkham games.
There is. Yeah,
There's a cathedral in the Batman 89.
there is. Yeah.
Which the Joker drops,
Talking about Batman 89, somebody said if you cut out the beginning of Batman 89 and the ending of Joker, spoiler, Thomas and Martha Wayne get killed, and if you watch Joker and start Batman when we first meet Bruce Wayne at the first time when he's Batman, he goes after the robbers.
Yeah.
If you start it there, then it ties in together.
I could see that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but that's a little.
Do you think Joker's gonna get a sequel?
Probably.
I think there's a little bit of talks about it.
I hope Joker gets a sequel.
I would love it.
But what else can you do without getting into that? At some point, you have to introduce Batman. You have to.
Why?
Because you have to.
You have to. You cannot have Joker
It
without
made
Batman.
just like a ton of money without that.
Drew on Gotham TV show. Like, come on, Batman.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I personally don't think that there's going to be a sequel because
I don't think it happened.
Joaquin will do it. Shut your mouth.
I don't think it happened either.
I don't
Shut
think
both
any of
your
it happened.
mouths.
And here's why. Because during an
You're
interview or
ruining it
whatever,
for people.
Joker was sitting and he was having a conversation with whomever is, what do you call that?
Social worker.
Social worker, psychiatrist, whatever.
And
He's
all the
sitting there
cops
saying,
came
they're sitting there having a conversation. He says something about being locked up previously, and then it shows a clip of him banging his head against the door. I think everything is all in Arthur's mind, so while he's sitting there banging his head against the door, that's actually real life.
Apparently, one of my friends said that his hair in the last scene isn't dyed green.
Right, it's not. You're right.
So,
And then he finally truly becomes the Joker and snaps when he kills the guard at
So
the end.
you're
Spoiler
saying
alert.
that
We can
you're-
spoil the movie because it's been out for a while and it's now on Blu-ray sitting in front
There
of
are
us.
people that have been waiting to watch this on Blu-ray, and they probably haven't seen it yet because they've been waiting for it. Blu-ray. It just came out today, so spoiler alert.
Look, they've had their chance over the summer to go watch Joker. Enough time has passed now that we can spoil it.
I said no. My argument with you is, and I see all the blah 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 about it's not real, but so you're saying that he had delusions in his delusions.
Yes.
I think he's just crazy. I think he's just fucking
People
crazy.
don't have delusions inside delusions. This isn't Inception. This isn't whatever the dude's name that made that movie.
Oh man, Carter, what are your thoughts about Batman? Isn't he your favorite superhero?
Yes, he's my favorite fictional character.
Fictional character. Okay.
Fictional character.
I haven't seen enough to get form a real opinion about it, but I'm interested to see how they portray it in this movie.
Okay. How about you?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
No, I think I heard that they're focusing more on the detective side of Batman.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Because playing the Arkham games, you play as the detective side of Batman, and like it's freaking sweet when you turn on your detective vision and you like rebuild like the car crash, and you can see like in slow motion like behind it. It's like that's cool.
Yeah.
So like I want to see it. I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Talking about Batman, but not really talking about Batman, we're going to move on to our next.
We just
Oh, we
skipped
skipped
you
you.
all
So sorry, Eddie.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to say.
All right, Andy, go ahead and say what you were
Nah,
saying.
that's all right.
No, go for it.
I'm
Go.
gonna go talk to the government. He listens to me more anyway.
Talk. What are your thoughts about the new Batman movie and about the pictures that we've seen?
I'm hoping that when he comes out in the daylight, he sparkles and has nipples and
Yes, bring back the Batman.
What if it's just a sequel to Twilight? I haven't seen Twilight.
what if at
But what if it is just Twilight? It's just Edward from Twilight.
what if at the end he wakes up and it wasn't real? It was Edward's dream. Twilight.
Oh.
I want. Okay, so if we're talking about
Because
Batman,
wasn't Twilight just a fan fiction? This new Batman could just be a fan fiction.
No, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
was
50
a-
Shades of Grey was a fan fiction.
was a fan fiction of Twilight, yes.
Okay.
But that's not what we're talking about. Do you think we're going to get a new Joker?
Kind of hope not. I want to see the Riddler on screen real bad.
We're getting the Riddler. We're getting it.
Do we know who that is?
Yes.
And,
Who is
not- and if you say Edward Nygma, I'm
Who is
gone.
it? Who's the Riddler? Who's playing him?
Vampires and Twilight don't sleep. He's got a good point. Wait, you watched Twilight, Russell?
Ooh, busted.
And I hate that. Yeah. So, So in the Long Halloween, Batman fights. I mean, he doesn't really fight the Joker, but he comes across all of these villains.
I've never read Long Halloween.
Really?
What?
You got to read
I'm a fake fan.
But I think we should get a new Joker, and I think it'll be interesting. Maybe Joaquin Phoenix plays him, maybe he doesn't.
What?
He's not gonna play the Joker again. He's definitely not gonna do it in a Batman movie. I don't think that they'll have a
Is the
Joker in the
Court of
Batman
Owls
movie because of the
Is
Joker
that
and what he
come out
did.
yet?
Court of Owls was not.
Oh, okay.
No, it was not in the Long Halloween.
No, but I thought I heard that the Court of Owls might be in the new movie.
No, they might be in the video game that they're spending.
Gotcha. That's
That
right.
is
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, wait. Since
Was
vampires,
teased a lot and then nothing ever happens.
Yeah,
Come on, Sony.
Sony, Warner Brothers.
Whoever. It was going to be teased at the Sony
It's-
conference.
Warner Brothers, Montreal.
Yeah, but it was teased to be at the Sony
okay, Russell,
conference.
I'm gonna change my thing since vampires don't sleep in Twilight. It was what's the
It's the
what's the
girls.
werewolf? No, not the girl, but the werewolves.
No,
It's a werewolf
No, she's
nightmare.
fantasizing about Edward, and she's like, "It's Batman. He's beating on the bad guy."
But she's a vampire now too, so she can't sleep. I was gonna say it was the werewolf, whatever the hell his name is.
Spoilers.
Oh.
My bad.
All right, next topic of today.
Yes.
Talking about Batman, somebody that has played Batman in the past. No, not Michael Keaton, the greatest Batman that's ever
I played
lived.
Batman.
Have you?
I played all of them.
But according to Collider,
You played Batman?
Reagan,
I played Spider-Man. I had a Spider-Man cape.
Spider-Man doesn't have a cape.
My aunt made it for me when I was like this tall.
So according to Collider Movie News website, Collider's Jeff Snyder is reporting that Academy Award winner Christian Bale, who played Batman, who currently plays in Ford vs. Ferrari, is currently in talks to join the cast of Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder
Yeah,
in an
baby.
undisclosed role. Andy, it seems like you're most excited about this. Let's go to you.
Yeah.
Collider movie news is shut down. So
That's the extent. We don't know what he's gonna play.
Is that a credible source if it's getting shut down?
Unverified Collider.
So I have a lot to say about Collider, and that we'll just save that for later.
It's a Christian Bale and a Taika Waititi movie with Chris Hemsworth. That sounds awesome.
And Chris Pratt, right? Because it's as Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's all the Chris's.
Well, it's the next Thor movie.
So, but he's with.
I think the
Guardians right now.
Guardians is gonna come out and then it's Thor. I think.
Oh.
Don't come up on the street. I have people coming up on the street all the time, like Andy. That's not your thing. What?
That's not verified. I think it'll be interesting to see Christian Bale back in a superhero role.
So you don't think Thor's going to be a permanent addition to the Guardians?
He might be.
I hope he is. I hope he takes Rocket and Groot. And so
and
it's just Thor, Rocket, and Groot.
then Star Wars just like,
Yeah. Well, Star Wars got Gamora and Drax.
yeah.
And Mantis.
Have you seen
And Nebula.
what is it? What's that censored thing that they do? Doesn't need to be censored. I don't know what it's called.
What?
They do it on one of the the late shows, and they intentionally censor non-bad
Oh,
words to
yeah,
sound like bad
yeah.
words. Have you seen the one
Yeah.
for Endgame or whatever? It is? Like the Thor scene, like when they're touching his deal, it's hilarious. I can't get into it because it's not an NSF.
Okay.
W.
I don't know. Love and Thunder sounds like some sort of 70s Triple X movie.
Thor,
Seen him, bell bottoms,
They
big mustaches.
go back to the 70s.
Was is he fat there at the end of Endgame?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the ship?
Yep.
Okay.
He should have been, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Maybe got like
I wasn't sure if when he.
treadmill.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if when he got his power back, he went sicko mode and it gave.
No, because whenever he got his armor when they were fighting Thanos, he was like Fat Thor armor. So it was like fat armor.
Yeah, fat armor. Is anybody here horror fans?
Me.
No?
Me.
Okay, you are. How about you, man?
No,
How about Evil Dead fans?
definitely not.
Yeah.
Really?
No
Two
way.
yeses, two nos. Really?
Really?
Never seen it.
Is it too campy?
A little bit.
Okay.
For those of you watching, if you are Evil Dead fans, comment below and let us know, or comment to the side and let us know if you're an Evil Dead fan. Well, we got some news for you. The Evil Dead franchise is anything but dead, according to its creator, director, writer, producers, Sam Raimi, while promoting the latest reboot to the Grudge director, Nicholas Pesci.
I heard that movie was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't bother seeing it. Raimi chose to reveal some choice updates about the state of the Evil Dead franchise during a Reddit AMA over the weekend.
Was it a verified Reddit?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Raimi is quoted saying, "Bruce, as in Bruce Campbell, Bruce, Rob, and I are working with a young filmmaker who is writing a new Evil Dead story that he will direct. As for me, I would love to direct a new Evil Dead movie, but I'd really like to do it with Bruce." And he says he's retired that character.
I hope not.
I hope not. So, Andy, you're into the Evil Dead franchise.
Yeah.
I'm into the Evil Dead franchise. What are your thoughts about this, man?
Oh, I love the Evil Dead. I can't remember what game I played. I think I played a couple of Evil Dead games, and they were awesome because they just really had the heart of the.
Evil Dead has games. I
Yeah.
think you're
It's-
thinking about Resident Evil, bro.
No, it's before your time. It was probably on one of the consoles that came out after you were born or
Oh,
before you were born.
okay, boomer.
I don't know. Thank you. But yeah, I love the Evil Dead, and Sam Raimi's awesome, and
Yeah.
he likes what this new guy's coming out with. And
Is it going to be one of those things where, okay, Terminator Dark Fate came out. James Cameron came back to work on this film, and it was a complete mess. Oh, God, it was terrible.
it wasn't great, but it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. It was okay.
Would you be up to watching a new Evil Dead movie?
If I have to pay for it.
Okay, if I have to pay for it. How about you, Reagan?
I haven't seen him.
Haven't seen. All right.
Are you not just a horror fan at all?
Not really. Not until recently.
Really? What got you in? What got you hooked?
I like The Shining a lot. I like older, like 80s horror. I think.
Oh, that's the time to watch horror, man. It's the 80s.
Yeah, I think Poltergeist was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like older horror movies. I feel like I haven't seen many modern horror movies. I think the only modern horror movie I've seen is like The Nun.
Yeah.
That's like the worst of them.
I like The Nun.
I liked Get Out. Get Out was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Us was really good.
Don't Breathe was a good movie.
I didn't see
I
that.
haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Conjuring.
You haven't seen any of the conflicts? Jesus, movie night over at my place.
You haven't seen any like the staples of 80s horror, like Halloween or
No, I haven't seen those.
Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
No.
Jesus.
I don't know now. I think you're like on the high end of horror.
Yes, they use the holy hand
You know what I'm
grenade
saying?
and then
The what?
You're on the high end of horror, like Poltergeist was Spielberg.
Yeah.
What was the other one? The Shining,
Shining.
Kubrick.
Yeah.
Did you watch Doctor Sleep?
I did not.
You did not. I thought it was really good.
I heard it was really good, but then it didn't do very well at the box office too.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought it was great.
I still need to see. I messed up. I don't know what happened. I guess I got busy, and then they already left the theater.
oh man.
You were making pizzas after hours.
All right, guys. So now we're going to head into our main topic of today and our final topic of today. Has it been an hour?
Really?
Wow, 55:33.
Sorry for making this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with the Skywalker saga now having to come to a close with the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, fans now turn their attention toward an uncertain future. The Star Wars franchise will certainly continue, but exactly how will that happen, especially on the big screen? It is very much unclear. However, a new rumor may have indicated just where the next Star Wars film franchise is planning to go. The High Republic, as most known, aka the Legends, it was the Old Republic. But now we're calling it the High Republic, which I don't understand.
They sit around smoking a bowl.
Making
420 years.
Right. Making Star Wars. So the making of Star Wars is reporting that unnamed sources are telling the site that the next set of Star Wars movies is going to be set 400 years before the Skywalker saga, when the Galactic Republic, which fell in the prequels, was the highest of its power. According to the report, the next batch of films won't be a single trilogy, but rather a collection of films, which, while largely standalone, would have elements which connect.
And that they possibly can't ruin any of the canon now because it's 400 years ago.
Wait, nothing happened in the Force. Nothing happened. It's 400 years ago. So I hope in the new trilogy that we're not getting, because they're standalones, according to the article, I hope there's Force healing. So all you people out there that said, you can't Force heal as a Jedi, you can sit on it and spin, because they did it 400 years ago.
They just forgot.
And they just forgot. They just forgot. Who wants to go first?
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
I love it a lot.
So you're one of our biggest StarArs guys on the show.
Sure.
Go ahead, man. Rant about this. Go
Wait.
on.
Hold on. Are we talking about like as a fan or as like
As-
actual thing?
As a fan. As a fan.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think it'll be cool. I think seeing a young Yoda is going to be really epic. From what I've heard, it's going to be a game coming out next year in 2021 that kind of gets everybody like, hey, this is it, right? This is where we're going.
Okay.
And then the movies are going to start coming out after that.
Keep going. Sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
I think they have to have a game plan down already.
I think they do. From the leaks that I heard, it sounds like they do.
In order for them to so look, it takes about 2 years to successfully get a movie out. A year and a half if you want to rush it. So that's about 3 years away if you want to get technical. So they would have to come out with this about, I would say late July, and say, hey, we're going to start beginning pre-production for at least a September or October filming date, so they can get on schedule. And if they want to continue being that holiday movie for Christmas time, they're definitely going to have to start production around November.
So
October,
I think
November.
the game might already be in development because there was a visceral game that was supposed to come out that was shown off at E3 a couple years ago, and then they scrapped it
Really?
completely.
For Jedi Fallen Order, right?
No, because it wasn't the same studio that made Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order was made by Respawn. I hate you, Russell.
God.
Jedi Fallen Order was made by Respawn.
Okay.
And Visceral was supposed to be working on this.
Sure.
This new game. But then that was scrapped, and Jedi Fallen Order came out and kind of took its place as the single player
Right.
game that was supposed to come out. So I think maybe they have a plan, and they're gonna make something good. I think it'll be good.
What if it sucks? What if the game comes out and it's trash? And then it's
Fine.
like, okay.
All
Well,
right.
what if they're like, well, the game didn't sell, and we're
Yeah.
Disney, and we're not gonna gamble our money on fucking trilogy.
Yeah.
And old shit.
But I think you watch Clone Wars and you get Dave Filoni in helping with this new era. Dave Filoni can write Yoda like really fucking good.
They're reporting that a young Yoda will be a Jedi Knight
Yeah.
in this.
And Dave Filoni's really good at writing Yoda. Yoda's got some cool arcs in Clone Wars. And so I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens and what comes out.
If I decide to watch Clone Wars and it sucks, I'm gonna just trash Dave Filoni.
Do it.
Every day.
You
and
haven't
I
seen
say,
Clone Wars?
No.
I just finished it last week.
Oh my god.
It's
Honestly, look,
A
look,
film only thing.
I've seen
Expanded universe a little bit.
I've seen Star Wars, the Clone Wars, but I mean, it was 3 little segments on Cartoon Network back in like early 2000. That was my Clone Wars. And then right before the episode, so they'd have those episodes.
Oh,
right after.
you're talking about the 2D animated Clone Wars. That's supposed to be really good. I haven't seen it.
It is
But it's
really
like,
good.
yeah, it's like 2
There
hours.
are more
I
than
think,
one
all of
Clone
them.
Wars?
All of them together, it's 2 hours. But
But I heard it's really good. And it's done by the guy that does Samurai Jack, right?
they'll play before Samurai Jack. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm going. I've been a lazy bum for the past
There's
2
2
days.
versions of Clone Wars. There's Clone Wars and then there's the Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars is the Dave Filoni show, I think.
You think so?
And it's 2D animated. Or it's 3D animated.
All right. I can't unsee that.
So,
Somebody's bored of looking at Facebook.
no, I was posting on this show on Facebook, and I came across somebody's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that verified?
What do y'all want to see? What do y'all want to see in the Old Republic?
Jesus.
Because I don't know anything about the Old Republic Legends.
Yeah.
And
are they gonna go? Are they gonna go
Yeah,
old school canon with all the old like? I don't know what came where, Dark Revan or whatever.
I think it's supposed to be after Darth Vader's been ruled too.
Okay.
And so there's only
Yeah,
going to
that's
be
what
2.
they're
I
saying.
want to see a show of the Sith.
I do too. I want to see like
And like a fucking free for all.
like
What does that mean? What do you want to see?
like Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Both armies are like running at each other.
Okay, between the Sith and the
Between
Jedi.
the Sith and the
Yeah,
Jedi,
red
yeah.
lightsabers and green and blue lightsabers.
And well, there needs to be yellow lightsabers in there.
Do there?
Yellow lightsabers are peacekeepers.
Well, then they're not going to be in the big friggin' battle,
Like,
are they?
like
Because they're
lightsaber
peacekeepers.
when they have to battle according to Reagan, if I have that correct.
It's in defense.
Well, then maybe they'll be at the back.
But we're not
That's why
fighting
the Jedi
today.
Temple Guards have yellow lightsabers.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Carter's just like.
Carter, what do you want to see?
What do I want to see?
Yeah.
I want to see a Wookiee Jedi.
The
Wookiee
I want to
Jedi.
see a Wookiee Jedi.
That would
I want to see a Wookiee Jedi use the Force to pull somebody's arm out of their socket.
A Wookiee Jedi.
Apparently, my friends told me about this. There's Lobaka in Legends, and it's Chewbacca's like nephew or something, and he's like the strongest Jedi that's like ever.
No way.
Yeah, no, well, it's Legends, and so everyone like is trying to one up each other with their characters that they're making.
Well, this is the hot. This is the,
So,
But seriously, what I want to see is I want them to create some new characters that aren't based on some other, family we already familiar with. I want something new, fresh.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see like Shmi's dad, and so
Shmi's dad.
yeah, so it's still like it's Anakin's like great grandpa,
Okay.
So, we don't lose the Skywalker.
Where did Andy go?
He fucking.
No, I'm joking, but yeah, I want to see new people.
He
I hope they don't get rid of
evaporated.
Ryan Johnson for these movies, and I hope Ryan Johnson gets his light.
And tries again.
Yeah, make your characters make your story.
Apparently,
They can
he
do it
says
because-
that he's developing Star Wars still, but I mean,
Well, he is getting a Knives Out sequel, maybe. And so, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I'd be really interested to see what he can make when it's his own characters.
it's 400 years ago, so he can't ruin anything for us. Sorry, dude. I mean, he kind of did, kind of didn't.
I don't
I
know.
love the movie now, by the way.
It is what it is. All right, so that was the end of our main topic of today. Before we go into viewer questions, Carter, do you have any comic book stuff for us today?
Let's see. I didn't bring anything with me. For those of y'all who picked up the first issue, Rise of Kylo Ren #2 will be out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to reading that one. I did read the first new issue of Batman without Tom King writing, taking over on James Tynion,
Okay.
and it's an interesting new take on Batman. So
So what's the new take what's the new approach?
it's just a different style. I mean, it's a little more linear than what Tom King did, because Tom King, you really have to sit there and focus on, this happened before this time. So
Gotcha,
it's
okay.
kind of, in that direction, but also, let's see what else is coming out. That's all I can think of.
Okay.
But, there's only a handful of comics I'm getting this week.
Oh! Did we talk about the movie?
No, that's trailers.
Okay, my bad.
So we're
My bad.
heading next.
I got some comics that I've been reading. Sure. I've been reading the Darth Vader, Dark Sith Lord comics.
Okay.
Or Dark Lord of the
Or
Sith.
Lord of the Sith.
Sure.
They're so good. I love them a lot.
How far have you got on that?
I'm getting the paperback books, and so I have volume 3,
Close to the show.
and I need to get the 4th one.
Counts as a meme set.
Yeah. But it's really good.
Yeah, they're making another series.
Oh, really?
in February.
Of Darth Vader?
Yeah.
I'm so
Volume-
behind.
Volume 3, so he's set between Empire and Jedi.
Okay, cool. Is the Darth Maul comic
Say
good?
that again?
That's good.
What did you say?
The new Darth Vader series is coming out in February.
Oh, okay.
It's set between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Nice.
So it kind of deals with what, repercussions of what happened on Bespin, Darth Vader and his son.
Yeah.
Cool. When is the Darth Maul comic set?
Prior to episode 1.
Oh, okay, so it's
Wait.
the story. Okay.
Wait, you mean that guy?
Yeah. Yeah, that guy.
Me and Reagan had to have
Yeah,
like
we had
a
a
undercover
secret
conversation because Dom hasn't watched the last episode of The Mandalorian.
Well, now I just spoiled it. Because now
Oh!
that guy.
Well, he still doesn't know what we're talking about because the thing that we were talking about,
Because that guy has that thing.
yeah, at the end of The
And
Mandalorian.
then the new guy has that thing that the old guy had. And how did that guy get that thing? I'd be scared if I was that new guy with that thing. Because where did that old guy go that had that thing?
What the hell are you talking about?
I think Carter gets it.
It's long and black. It's not too
Carter, man.
Jesus.
Yeah. I just totally forgot what I was
That's just
supposed
like,
to
never mind, I'm not gonna get into that. Can I just quickly say something? Kind of off topic.
No.
No.
You, no, you may
do.
not.
Sure, why no?
For all of you SJWs out there,
He's talking to you.
Dude. Russell.
Toy Story 4 is not racist because the fork is not black. It's a sport.
It's not real, is it? It's gotta be trolls.
Piece of plastic.
It's gotta be trolls
It's
making
plastic.
people
I just figured out how they could have fixed it. We've got it right here. Make him clear.
You say make him queer?
Clear.
All right.
I I think
He is
Russell
no color. He has no nationality.
They could have made him a zoo
I'm
cow.
here and I'm
They should
clear.
have made him a zoo cow. You know, the force of the little animals on him. They
Oh
should have made
my
him one of
God,
those.
that's fucking great. That was
So, did we even get to the point we're talking about that people were freaking out because Sporky was white, quote unquote?
I don't think that's real.
And that's,
I don't think there's any way that's real.
dude, just because we
I
start talking
honestly-
about stuff, everybody
it's so ridiculous. I kind of believe that there's some social justice warrior being triggered. Like, why?
I don't know. It's
this
so
for
far
black?
after. It's so far after Toy Story came out that I think it's some
Yeah.
trolls on
Oh,
4chan
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
being like,
I got
"Hey, look,
you.
we're gonna make it look dumb."
Oh yeah.
There's no telling.
Okay, so let's go into trailers real quick, and let's talk about the new trailers that's dropped this week.
I still haven't watched the New Mutants trailer. Dang it!
Yeah, what trailers are we gonna get into?
New Mutants,
So,
and
I haven't watched any of the
what else
trailers.
do I have? The Quiet
A Quiet
Place
Place
2.
2.
I've never seen the first Quiet
Ooh,
Place.
ooh, it could be A Quiet Place. Two fingers instead of one.
So
Did they do that in the original?
Yeah, I think the poster was.
They did.
let's see if there's any breaking news real quick as we're talking about these.
Let's copyright that real fast. Someone to come over to post it. Like, yeah, Dom Chiodo Show Is.
Oh,
Set photos. Confirmed. Not verified, confirmed. That's not no damn photo.
hold on, it's loading.
That's
That's
drawn.
an ad.
All right,
I
Carter, have you seen
thought you
Quiet
got
Place?
rid of all this porn on this computer.
I mean, it's
We were in
ad
fucking-
blocker.
We were at Papa Rolo's for like hours getting all that. No, I'm just kidding.
He doesn't even have an ad blocker installed. How do you look at stuff?
Okay, so we actually have some breaking news about the Batman movie.
You heard it here first.
So apparently, comic book movie news reports that in one of the set photos, the Gotham Action News 4 vans have been spotted. Also advertised a HD live broadcast, which points to the Batman being set in the mid to late 2000s at the earliest. It's also possible that it could take place in the present day, but if it's set in 2005, for example, that leaves Patterson plenty of time to grow into Ben Affleck's Batman. Ugh. The cars don't look like they hail from the 90s either, and they actually appear to be modern. Now, nothing has been officially confirmed, but it does appear that fans are hoping for a movie inspired that era of storytelling. Will be disappointed still if there's nothing to say that those stories won't inform what to end up on screen in some form of fashion. So there you have it. Batman might take place in the early 2000s, mid to late 2000s. Going back to the thousands, I guess.
You heard it first after we heard it from somewhere else.
That is true. It looks like they are watching a Quiet Place 2 trailer over here.
Why on?
Without the sound, though.
It's very fun.
It
It's
is
supposed to
very
be
quiet.
fun.
So in this time, I'm going to just go ahead and plug some things for those that are still watching. We're down to 2 viewers.
2?
We're down to two viewers at this moment, which is fine. Won't you go ahead and hit like and subscribe to the Dom Chiodo Show? Our goal for 2020 is to hit at least 100 subscribers by February. That's not a lot of subscribers, but that is still our goal. 100 subscribers, that's only that much people out there. We're taking it in strides. Definitely, once I post the links in the bottom of the video, go ahead and follow these guys on social media and ask them movie questions. They're very knowledgeable about what they're talking about. They know their movie stuff.
Yeah.
What?
No, yeah.
What?
Yeah, just ask me questions. all the
So,
time, yeah.
also, I would like to plug that in 2020, possibly by February, we will be introducing a new show on this channel. Actually, maybe 2 new shows on this channel because I've been getting some requests from people. And if everything goes well, we will be introducing those shows. And what you see behind us is kind of our backdrop right now. But we are moving into sets. We will be moving into a set and getting that up. So look out for that. Stay around. That's going to be happening soon. What? What's so funny?
I have a dark soul, so we're erecting sets right now. So just hold off for our erections.
What?
I'm sorry. I understand.
But yeah.
I used to have an erector set.
No, really? The two shows. Should I announce the title of the two new shows?
Do what your heart desires, Tom.
So the two shows
But if
that
you tell people, then you have to do it. So
that is true. I'm gonna hold off on that then because
Because we don't want to like formally unverified or verified announce, the fat naked Andy show.
what?
No.
Anyway, as we're sitting here,
Because we've been getting a lot of requests for that. I'm just kidding.
if everyone that requested to have the Fat Naked Andy show subscribed, we'd be so far. We'd have so many subscribers.
that's fucked up, bro.
Sorry. I have a dark soul.
So, what? Like I said, these two new shows that we would like to introduce.
You can't keep talking about them and not tell them.
Can we just say unverified? That way it's
Okay, so granted,
Unverified sources that we might be releasing these two shows.
so the two new shows are
an unverified source close to
The
source.
to the source.
now. Keep in mind.
Posted an article on Reddit.
Keep in mind that these shows do not have a official release date yet. One show is Chiodo Live, and Chiodo Live is more of a morning talk show type of podcast show. A little bit smaller group, different people tuning in and out, different camera angles, stuff like that. What?
It's just for you.
What?
It's for you. I just saw you on the video. What happened?
So that's the first one's called Chiodo Live, and then the second one is called Chiodo. What?
What did you say?
Chiodo. No. The second show is the second one is called Chiodo Sports Talk. That's just a name that right now that maybe it will change, but those are the two ideas. You guys have been asking for more of a sports show too on this channel, so people can tune in and watch. Now, I'm not much of a sports guy, but we will have somebody on the show that can host sports and talk about sports. And it'll be maybe a 30-minute to an hour show for sports. All right, so let's get back to our show, and we got a couple things left. So we talked about comics. You just watched The Quiet Place 2 trailer, and New Mutants, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I watched both of those.
Okay, what are your thoughts? Without hearing, obviously.
Without hearing, it's pretty quiet. It looks like Quiet Place 2 looks like a chase type story. They're after somebody's escaped and they're trying to get away from stuff.
Okay.
That's all I got out of that one. New Mutants looks like a horror.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was more, stuff in the comics.
No, they went horror. They went the horror direction. I forgot what they wanted to say. It was like a coming of age teen movie set in a horror setting.
All right.
Which I was when I first heard that, because I'm a New Mutants fan, and I'm just like, what? But then I guess I don't know, because I've waited so long for it, I just got used to it. I just want to see it.
There'll be something to talk about in the next Star Wars show. Sorry, as we're sitting here, breaking news is happening in front of us. But this is something that I want to save for next week because it's an interesting topic. All right, so we are going into our mailbag section, and how do you get to your show? How do you get your questions on the Dom Chiodo Show? It's easy, simple. One, send it to any one of these guys on their internet, or send a question into the Dom Chiodo Show at gmail.com. What is happening? What is happening?
Russell.
What does he say?
If there's a zombie apocalypse, Andy would die first.
Jesus Christ.
I've watched way too many movies. I'm definitely bathing in zombie blood. I'm gonna be the only fat zombie in the zombie apocalypse. I'll be like, I'm not really dead.
Oh my
Don't
God.
shoot me.
All right, so we're going on to question number one. And question number one is brought to us by Chris Mackey.
The Christmas.
The Chris Mackey.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. What an honor. He watches our show.
Wow. And he goes, hey guys, first time sending in a question, second time watching the show. My question for you is, what's the point of test screenings?
All right, hang on. Chris Mackey. Before we answer your question, you owe us to tell one of your friends to subscribe to the show.
Agreed.
Do that. All right, let's answer his question.
Okay, test screenings. So the point of test screenings are, I make a movie. Andy's my producer. Carter's my executive producer. And Reagan here is the assistant executive producer to Carter. So I make my movie. So I make my movie and I bring it to them. And they watch it. And they go, hey, this works. This doesn't work. And that's just plain out horrible. So take it and just edit it out. And that's all that test screening is. It's to see if the movie flows correctly, or if it works, or what works and what doesn't. So that's that question. All right, who wants to read the next question?
Hey guys.
Oh, who's you got to read?
Brendan Robert Esmond. Please tell a friend to subscribe. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. We skipped Dana.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Dana Kennedy said, hey gang, love the show. Okay, Dana, please tell your friend to subscribe. But my question is, when will you bring more female voices onto the show? My daughter and I watch together, but we find it hard to connect with y'all sometimes. Well, you see, we're misogynists. That's a joke. I don't speak for Dom Chiodo. I don't speak for Dom Chiodo LLC.
Productions.
Yeah,
Incorporated.
Look, there's plans on bringing
We
women on the
beg chicks to come on the show all the time.
some reason
And
couldn't tell you why.
We have somebody in mind that is possibly interested in coming on
we
to the
can't
show.
just have one, because then it would be like token.
The token woman.
Yeah, the token chick.
But our plans are bringing a female onto the show, so it's not.
All right, catch your breath.
What are you laughing at? All right, next question.
Time out.
Thank you.
We're planning on bringing women on the show. We
have to figure out some way to get them on the show,
right
and make them stay.
and with their own, with their consent.
No, you say no with hand jobs.
What? What?
Is that what you just said?
All right, we're going off today. No hand.
Oh no!
No hand jobs.
Yeah, there goes our women support.
Oh.
Okay, Brendan Robert Esmond says, hey guys, what is your take on the next Marvel movies and where are they headed next?
Before we answer that question, remember to ask your friends to like and subscribe.
What he said. Well, Brendan, you see, I don't know. Spider-Man, what was it, Far From Home?
Yeah.
Was a really good movie. And the end was like, what the frick happened? And I want to know, and I think it might be cool, whatever they're doing with Marvel. The shows are going to be cool. I saw a thing that said that maybe they were going to have Stranger Things.
All right.
Sorry.
Stranger Things.
They're going to have Stranger Things boy play a young Loki.
Which
Ooh,
Finn
Wolfhard?
Wolfhard? Yeah, play like a young Loki in the Loki TV show.
that would be interesting.
Do you think that's his real name?
Finn Wolfhard? Yeah.
Because I mean, if we're going that far, I'd be like Finn Wolfhard or something.
That's his.
I mean, that's got to be. I'm
That
saying if that wasn't his last name,
H-A-R-D.
it sounds like a stage name, but that's besides the point.
That sounds interesting. The Multiverse of Madness, I'm very interested in.
Yes.
Doctor Strange is really cool, and apparently it's going to introduce a new character. This is what I was reading from an interview the other day.
I'm all about Love and Thunder. I'm
Guardians
pretty,
is going to be fun.
yes. We've got James Gunn back.
What?
I think the Black Widow movie was good.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good. I just can't believe they made fun of fat people in it.
Oh my God,
Like,
I am so triggered right
I'm
now.
very triggered by that.
So very, very triggered.
I believe it.
Look, I want to see Mark Ruffalo play more as the Hulk. I want more. More Brie Larson. Somebody comments.
Yes.
No more.
I love Brie Larson.
Speaking of that, I don't know what I saw. Speaking of
Oh.
Brie Larson, I don't know what I saw. But the other day, I saw an article that said that Lucasfilm might be looking at casting Brie Larson as playing a live screen Ahsoka Tano.
No, that's not real.
It's not real?
No.
Good.
It's not real.
Oh, guys.
That's,
Stop
once
hating
again,
on
we got this
Brie.
covered.
Huh?
That was a we got this covered news article.
Oh, was it?
Stop hating on Brie. Poor Brie.
She can't smile, and Ahsoka's a happy
She can't
person.
help it. She can't help it.
Ahsoka's all happy.
Some people just can't smile.
Well, some people should have played Ahsoka.
And you can't ask her to smile because that's not cool.
What I would like to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
You should really smile.
I would like to see Mark Ruffalo play the Hulk, and now they have plans on introducing She-Hulk. But I would like to see them introduce it in the style of Bill Bixby's The Incredible Hulk, in that type of style, and introduce She-Hulk in that, because maybe
Wait.
maybe the show shows how in that time between Infinity War and Endgame, it shows Banner on, a road trip, and he comes across his
That's
cousin.
a really good idea. I don't like it, but it's a really good idea.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Contradictory.
I know. I mean, it's a great idea. I appreciate the Incredible Hulk show for what it was, but it really wasn't my cup of tea. I mean, I was waiting for the great guy to come out and tear shit up.
Right.
I was just like, and somebody's walking down the street. It's like, okay, come on, where's the green dude?
I really enjoyed
Sorry.
the Bill Bixby Luke Ferrigno Incredible Hulk show.
Yeah.
And granted, I show it to my nephew and my niece, and they're like, "This is garbage. Can we watch the real Hulk?"
Which one? There's been four. I don't
They
know.
eat the
That's unverified.
what was it? The Incredible Hulk from 2003 looks really good on 4K. I'm just saying. Yeah, it looks brilliant.
Wait a
on
minute.
4K.
MCU
Oh,
buddy
yeah.
cop movie would be really fun.
I was like, why don't you
I think that'd be really
good. You got it on. It's on digital somewhere. Yeah.
WandaVision
MCU
might be
buddy
interesting.
cop movie.
I'm interested to see
WandaVision.
what they're gonna do with the shows.
Because it's
And the
supposed to
production
be.
value.
Me too. After seeing The Mandalorian, the first 3 episodes was like, huh?
Huh?
Y'all spent more than a Game of Thrones episode on this, and like,
They're gonna make that money back in Baby Yoda money.
oh yeah, no, for sure. But like, I don't know. Watching Mandalorian, it doesn't feel like it has as high of a production value as Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones has all the CGI with the dragons, and then like all of like, say what you will about the last season, but there was a lot of money that went into that show with all the CG that they did.
Yeah.
But watching The Mandalorian, it feels like it doesn't have as big of a budget, but it has like double the budget of every Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that money went.
I don't know. All right. So we're going to our next question, and Andy, why don't you read us off? You can look at my screen. Look at my screen. We're at this one.
Are we doing skip anybody?
No.
Hi, Mark. How you doing? Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring our bell, do whatever you like. Mark Hughes says, okay, guys, you're on a deserted island. Hey, this is my idea, by the way. I pitched this to this dude like a long time ago, and he said, man. So, you're on a deserted island for the next 40 years. You can only take 2 movies, one from the Lucasfilm Star Wars era and one from the Disney film Star Wars era. What are your 2 choices?
Okay, well, Mark, don't forget to like and subscribe. So
I know.
So my movies I would take. Oh man, I didn't think about this. Lucasfilm era.
So that counts as like the original
Original and
trilogy.
prequels. Okay.
As you're thinking, do you mind if I go real quick?
Yes.
I would bring from Disney era Rise of Skywalker,
Before you finish,
and from the Lucas era. What?
are we including like Rogue One, Solo, and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's considered Disney
okay,
era.
okay.
I would bring. Oh, damn. No, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would bring Rise of Skywalker, and I would bring Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back because of the story and because of just it's Empire.
Yeah.
The Rise of Skywalker, out of the whole Disney era films of Star Wars, this is the one I had the most fun watching. And I had the most emotion, which is crying, laughing, actually on a seat. What am I trying to say?
Edge of your seat?
Edge of my seat, yeah. Other than Solo, it's hard between Solo, and some of you guys are probably like, ugh. But Solo is one of those. It's a good time. You just sit there and you're able to just enjoy it and go for the ride and have fun. And that's what I like about The Last Jedi.
So this might be a little. I think I'm gonna have 2 zingers for both of you. All of you. And y'all are gonna say, "This guy even like Star Wars?" So I think Revenge of the Sith for the Lucasfilm
Okay.
era,
Okay.
because the Mustafar battle is freaking epic every time you watch it. And
I watched it the other night, and I was told to turn it down because every time that scene comes on, I was
yeah, it's gotta be loud. And I'm not gonna lie, I watched it not that long ago, and maybe I'm a bitch. But I cried when Obi-Wan cut Anakin, and he's like, "Help me," or it doesn't say "help me."
He says, "I hate you."
Yeah. But also, you can see him now help me.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Apparently, the script said to say "help me," and then they cut it out because it's like, well, that doesn't make sense because he just said he hated him. But like they just muted it, and I think you can still see him now. I don't know. I saw that on an Instagram post, so probably unverified. But Mustafar Battle's cool.
Okay.
You can just play "Hello There" over and over and over again,
Hello
and
there.
then you feel like you always have Obi-Wan Kenobi there with you on your deserted island.
Jesus.
And then you can always hear the story of Darth Plagueis twice.
That's true.
And so, you've got your bases covered.
Okay.
I've got problems with that.
Go ahead. What's your problem? Go ahead.
No, hold on. Go to your Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't say my Disney one.
You did?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What's your Disney?
I apologize profusely.
I think The Last Jedi.
I prostrate myself.
The Last Jedi.
Because there's a lot of nuance, yeah, and to torture myself. But there's a lot of nuances and like symbols and stuff I think in the movie that it would be cool to like.
Carter's just in
Yeah,
disgust
no,
with you right now.
I was a big Last Jedi hater, but I think in the past couple of weeks I've been like, well, it kind of makes sense.
Okay. Carter, how about you, man?
It's easy choice for me. Empire Strikes Back. Definitely the best Star Wars movie ever.
Sure.
Well, Disney, it's either between Rogue One or
I'm watching.
Force Awakens.
Can you tell what I'm saying?
Rogue One or Force Awakens?
Rogue One is pretty up there.
Yeah.
It is.
Isn't
I
it
watched it
good?
the other day and I was like, damn, that's a good movie.
I need to rewatch it. I think I've only seen it once. Once? Yeah, from theaters.
I took my nephew to go see it.
I've seen the Vader scene a couple times because that's just a really cool scene.
Am I cheating?
Shh. I can hear you.
What?
Nothing.
Hey, talk,
Nothing, Dom.
hey, talk like this and they can't hear you.
For real?
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna skip me?
Andy, what is yours?
Dude, this is really, really hard to figure out. But just to put Russell in there, please come to the show, Russell. We miss you. He says Empire and Rogue One. And I'd like to read all the rest of the stuff, but that's later.
He says when you cry, you drop a spoon, though.
When you cry, you jump a spoon.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, there's other stuff on there. MCU buddy cop movie. And I don't see Ronda Rousey as She-Hulk. But anyway, I always thought She-Hulk was kind of tall. She looked kind of lanky. But anyway, I think Lucas era would be easier to figure out. I'm gonna put it ties. It's either Empire or Phantom Menace for Lucas era.
Okay.
Empire probably has a higher thing, but I've got a thing for Phantom Menace. It's my favorite prequel. And the reason that I don't like Revenge of the Sith, I don't not like it. The seduction is just too forced.
It's too fast.
Yes, it's too forced, and it's like I've had this conversation with somebody else. From the point that he reveals himself as a Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Plagueis, Emperor Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine, he tells Anakin, "We can save her.
Yeah.
Join the dark side, learn the ways of the Force. We can save Padme." And when Mace Windu is doing the Force thing back to him, he tells me, "Help me! I can save her!" And then they chop him up and throw him off the deal. And he's like, "Oh, but listen, you just need to like help me figure out how to save her. Together we can do it."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? At that point, you're already a bad guy. You done helped kill Mace Windu. I would have chopped that fool's head off and be like, yeah, whatever. But anyway.
In Clone Wars, it also plays on Anakin's seduction and his pull between the light and dark.
What are you laughing at, by the way? Was there a comment?
Good.
You were laughing at me.
Feminist for your status.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm fixing to be because my Disney era. Oh, I think it's too soon to say Rise of Skywalker. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because the new has to wear off, or the honeymoon period, or whatever you call it.
Okay. Makes sense.
It's a great movie. Love it's got tons of feels, tons of fan service. Love the movie. I'm also gonna tie it. I'm gonna have to go Rogue One or Last Jedi.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because I think being trapped on an island for 40 years, that you don't want a safe Star Wars movie, really. I mean, in one way you do because you know it's familiar, you know, like Force Awakens or Rise of Skywalker. But if you've got The Last Jedi there, it's like it's throwing you a curve. You kind of want a couple of curves on a desert island.
I was taking the question more as, okay, you're on this deserted island. You need to be having, what's going to keep you having fun?
Right.
So that's why I went with the movies.
Oh yeah. But you also got to think, you might not want to choose your absolute favorite because you're going to be watching it for 40 years, and then eventually you're going to be sitting there with Wilson, and you'd be like, Wilson, that's so stupid. What was he thinking?
Yeah, exactly. and then you got Wilson there, and Anakin sitting next to the Chancellor, and he says, "Have you ever heard this story of Darth?" Like it's the line you turn to Wilson and say, "Have you heard this story?"
That's funny. All right, so we're going to head into our next question. Reagan, I'm sorry.
This is
Carter, would you like to read this?
Oh, Carter's going to read Reagan's question. Reagan's going to read Carter's question, or what?
Say, hey Reagan, any update on the Magic the Gathering movie being developed by the Russo brothers?
Yeah, Reagan.
Okay, Kyle Apple, like and subscribe, please. I'm not sure why you asked me this question, because I have no interest in Magic the Gathering. However, I'll try to answer it for you. Everything we know about Netflix's Magic the Gathering. This is an article from Rotten Tomatoes that I just found.
Oh, it's Netflix?
June 4th, 2019. In-game directors, Joe and Anthony Russo are
Wait. Is Netflix?
Yeah.
We don't answer Netflix questions. I'm just kidding.
Are making a Magic the Gathering Netflix series. Here's what we know so far on the 26-year-old card game. I didn't actually read this. Okay, hang on.
That's it.
The Russos have stated that the Netflix's Magic series will be an original story, so it might involve the Gatewatch. It might not even involve the Gatewatch at all. I don't know what a Gatewatch is. And we're more interested in where the series will be visiting, as the multiverse is set up to hold an infinite number of planes. Netflix's team might have completely unique worlds in store for the viewers. But with Magic the Gathering, past decades of lore, those are mountains, and islands and plains and swamps. Cool. Yeah, so it might be happening. I don't know. It's got the Russo brothers on it. Got to be good, right? Like 21 Bridges.
Did you see it?
Nope, I heard it was bad. It was really bad.
I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
I think they're pandering to the wait a minute. What is Magic the Gathering? Is it a card game?
It's a card game, yeah.
Okay. I'm just,
It's made by Wizards.
yeah, do you think they're pandering to the Pokemon crowd?
No, it's not a book.
No, I don't think it'll be.
Well, Pokemon's a card game. I'm just, I'm maybe
I don't know.
whatever it is when you lump everybody into one deal.
Bigot? You're being a card game bigot right now?
Yeah. Remind me to get that chick out of my trunk later.
All right. So John Lemon asked, "Hey Carter,
John Lennon?
Lemon,
Dude.
Apple, no, I don't know.
Whoa, dude.
hey
I'm
Carter,
not gonna make fun of you.
hey Carter. Out of all the times we've seen Lex Luthor on screen, it's always bothered me that we've never seen him in his battle suit. Why is that?"
I don't know what's bothering you.
What did he say?
Why is that? I don't know what's bothering you.
Why does it bother you, John?
No.
Oh, John, do like and subscribe, please.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, I think the original Superman movies with Christopher Reeve and one with what's his name?
Ralph.
Ralph. Yeah. That wasn't the same Luthor that we saw in the comics from the 80s. They had the battle suit, so they kind of shied away from it. Plus, I think They probably didn't have the budget to make it look good. And they had that, during that time period. It being kind of cold, but I don't know. Plus, it really didn't. I guess it didn't fit in their plans for the Batman v Superman Lex. So,
Oh yeah, because they just barely introduced Lex in those.
so I don't know. I think there's a possibility that we'll see him in the future.
In Supergirl, was that his battle suit? He had some kind of suit in Supergirl.
Did he?
Yeah.
Maybe after the last season or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it, so.
Oh, okay, okay. Breaking unverified news that Dom is trying to verify right now. Should I say it? Do you want me to say it? Dom's probably mad about this. But
I'm not-
unverified breaking news.
No, it's
Batwoman has been renewed for a second season.
That just happened.
it
To
just-
Dom's serious dislike and disapproval. But hopefully it'll give time for Ruby Rose to learn how to act.
Maybe. I figured it'd be done after 13 episodes. To be honest with you.
I guess people are still watching. We need to get our Nielsen stuff together.
As I'm going through in the reading, they're not sure that Ruby Rose will be returning as Batwoman though.
Surely they're not going to reboot it.
What?
I mean, I can see the positives, the pros for rebooting, changing the character or whatever. But also, there's going to be
They might,
some kind of a backlash. 'cause
from what I'm reading, Kate Gain is going to go missing, and they're going to introduce Barbara Gordon as Batwoman.
What?
That's what I'm reading.
Okay.
I'd take that over Kate Gain any day, Ruby Rose.
Okay, now is Barbara Gordon going to be LGBT or whatever?
No.
Because the social justice warriors are going to come out the woodwork if you replace a gay character or LGBT character with a straight character.
I don't know.
I think.
Whatever. All right. So we're going to go on to our final question of today. And that is from Jason Dewald. And he says, hey guys, love the movie talk show.
Hey, I didn't get to read any of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Read it.
No, that's fine.
Read it. I thought you
I'm
did. I'm
just
sorry.
I'm just kidding. What
Really?
does he say?
There you go. Right there.
Wait, did I read one?
I think you did.
Yeah, I did.
We all
Okay.
had read at least one.
I apologize. You want to read it together?
Jason Dewald says, hey guys, love the movie talk show. Also love the Star Wars show. Is there any plans for a sports talk show? Yes, there is. Like I said earlier, there is plans for a sports talk show. It's just building that cast and crew, finding a day to do it on. It's hard because we all have jobs and, we're not getting a check cut for this yet, at least.
And we're nerds and we don't know anything about sports.
That is
Well,
true.
I know a little bit
It's hard to
You
know
do?
sports.
I know about the Cowboys.
Carter
Because I was Texas.
I love when Carter gets mad on Facebook about the Cowboys, so I posted Eagles stuff underneath it.
That's right. That's why you broke your lightsaber, wasn't it?
No,
Was it a football game or was it a baseball game?
it was a football game.
Okay.
But after me tormenting Carter, the Eagles can lose. Now they're out of the playoffs too. So, but that
The
concludes.
Cowboys are out too, though, right? Yeah.
Something like that. That includes our questions for today. That includes our show for today. So for everybody that has stayed with us and watched with us heading into that 2-hour mark, we thank you. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, please.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
What?
TiVo cuts the cable TV cord with $49 stream 4K box.
Ooh.
Okay. No way. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode 3 of Movie Talk on the YouTubes.
We're this is a fucking trilogy, dude. Somebody
We're
has to
done.
die.
Technically, if
Somebody
we
has to cut their head off. No, we forgot to do it last episode.
Somebody should get their name on last episode.
Well,
in yellow lightsaber?
What?
No. So I would like to. Technically, we're in our season
It's clear.
3. Season 3. Is that what this is? Are we in season 3 technically?
You have seasons on this shit?
Yeah.
I think
It's a podcast. What the hell?
We had a break.
Oh, we
That
did
was
have a
season
break.
2.
Yeah.
Wait,
Uh,
so wait, hang on. Remind me real quick. This is your third episode of the Dom Chiodo Show, and you're on season 3. Do you realize these are one episode seasons?
No.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to episode 3 of the Dom Chiodo Show.
No. Well, if
Our
you-
first episode of season 3.
The
The
first
third
episode.
episode of the Dom Chiodo Show.
We'll see you next week with season 4.
No. I was thinking more of like the audio only podcast. But that includes our show, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
I think we need a better outro.